Hey, good morning. My name is Mateo Nicolás Diaz Menendez and I'm a student from the St. George's School. And today I'm going to talk about the IB. I finished now my first year of IB and I can say some things of this type of differentiated studies because with all this time of knowledge, because all of time, no, also because of all this time of studies, all this time interacting with the teachers, or also with the monographies and their journals that are seriously very heavy, I have learned how to do the most of the activities and also how the IB functions in the most of the time. Okay, I want to begin talking about the internals and the monography that are very different from the ordinary schools. Beginning that an internal is practically an own investigation about a complete theme that you have to do by your own. And there are some things that are very difficult from the internal, and there are other ones that are easy. First, I want to talk about the mm, subject in itself. Imagine that you are in mathematics and you have to do an internal of mathematics. The mathematics level of an internal is practically anything, it's the most easy thing. The problem is the format that you have to do. All the ideas, all the extractors, that's the problem because it's very different. And the explanations also, you have to do all the internal. So easy that a kid of 5 years can understand all the idea. Another thing is the monography. The monography is very heavy because it's not only the format and the ideas that I have said, it's also a complex theme that is many things that you are not going to learn in classes. So I recommend to try to study outside of the school to do your own monography in a good way, because if you can't have another ideas from another parts of the study method, like an example, if you are in IB, you're going to learn about quadratic equations, but you have to know to monography fractals, that is a theme of university, so you're going to have a big problem if you don't know it. So it's a very useful thing to understand and try to learn outside. Another thing, the IB courses do that you have to change your classes all the time, and this can be useful or can perjudicate you. An example can be like if you have to move to a class that is close and that have better materials, is very useful because you can get an example in the laboratories for science. You can get your own materials, your own things, etc. But if you have mathematics, Spanish or an example, if you have English, the classroom isn't important. More important is the teacher on itself or the partner. So the movement on the classes isn't so beneficial. Is instead is more problematic. So I recommend to have all your things in your backpacks, or an example, have a good locker to storage all, to try to eliminate these delays of time. Also, another final thing that I want to comment about the IB is that the evaluations change many times. Also, if you have a teacher that say the evaluation is like this or the evaluation is like this, it can be very changeful or also can be very volatile all the time. An example has been the final exams of all the years that some students have. In this case, I have my mocks, but to the 5 year students, they have the principal exams of the IB. And the problem with this is that if you don't know how are going to be the evaluations, or also if you know about it, most of the times in the real day, in the real opportunity, all of these times, all of the ideas change. So the best idea is to be totally prepared for this. Because imagine you study team A, team B, and team C, and at the end you have team C in the exam. So you're not going to have the idea to how to do. So preferably study everything. Why I think that is going to be helpful? Because I pass all of these things. An example in physics, I be destroyed by my first exam because I think that is going to be for one time, and at the end is for another whole thing, and I didn't know how to do it, so I practically get fusilated in that exam. But there are other opportunities that you're going to see this many times. So thanks for everything, and please take care of these ideas, because if you're going to be practically die when you enter to IB.